the first day we were invited to a special cocktail party as we were invited casino guests because we did the casino comp offer or took the casino comp offer. There was an introduction from the casino host, I believe, Olga.
Oh, that was good that you remember her name. Yeah, she was very clear that we were able to drink alcoholic beverages while playing at the casino or at the casino bar. There is a separate bar. You could go up anytime, day or night, and get alcoholic drinks for free. We were also able to obtain 2 free specialty coffees per day per person. This was different than what I did in August. It was unlimited coffees when I was there. So they cut that down to 2 per day. These were like on 2 separate floors. They had these specialty coffee stations that were quite lovely. And then she also explained that we could have up to $6,000 on a room charge without any interest applied to our credit card at checkout, which we found out was not quite the
Oh,
case.
we'll get into that. So room charge, you can say to the dealer or the pit boss at the time, I'd like to charge $1,000 to my room. Can I please have $1,000 in casino chips? So allegedly the limit was $3,000 a day, no fee, and allegedly a $6,000 total limit. Allegedly you can ask for more. I say allegedly because as Mandi alluded to, we eventually got backed off. We decided to play multiple sessions, buying in for $1,000, playing blackjack. And this wasn't even a great blackjack game. But given that we're earning credit card rewards on the room loads or the room charges to get casino chips, it was way worth using something like the Chase Sapphire Reserve and getting 3x UR, 3 times ultimate rewards, because it's coding as a travel expense, even though it's a casino charge. It's just going to show up as Virgin Voyages. So even if we're giving up 1 or 2%, we're getting back 3x points that can easily be worth 6% or more. It was way worth it. And what was this game? So the $10 table had a continuous shuffle machine. There's the first strike. No surrender, the second strike. The dealer must hit on soft 17, third strike. So the game didn't have great rules like we see in Pennsylvania on the online websites like FanDuel and DraftKings of the multi-hand surrender game. Although, to be fair, both would have a continuous shuffler. I mention this continuous shuffler because the game goes faster and you're unable to count, have an advantage in that way. They offered a table with a single deck, but then the blackjack paid 6 to 5. So that's total garbage, and no one should ever play that. No one should ever play 000 roulette. They're just garbage games. So you want to play games with better rules. We bought in for 1,000. We played about 15 to 20 minutes. Mandi was betting some $15 hands, played a little bit longer, and we got in 4 sessions with $1,000 buy-ins. We went back for session number 5, and what was that experience?
It was not a pleasant experience. So we thought, well, I thought we played through the $1,000. I actually stayed, I think, close to an hour multiple times. And like Justin said, I played the $15. I had doubles and splits. I certainly thought I played through $1,000. 5th time we went into the pit boss came over. He looks at us and shakes his head and says, no, we know what you're doing. You're not getting any more. You're welcome to come back to the casino with the money that you have, but we are not giving you any more. And I said, oh, I'm sorry. I thought the limit was 6,000. And he said, but you're not playing the 6,000. He wouldn't explain. Justin even said, we're putting this in as miles and points on our card, and you clearly stated we could have $6,000, but that's clearly not what they ruled in this case. And he said, management and I have had a conversation and you will not be getting any more money. You're welcome to come down and play with the money. We know you have money from our casino, because obviously Justin and I were ahead on blackjack.
And we played well. There were several horrible players. There were players just standing on hands like 8-4. There was one time a player doubled with his 8, a snowman, versus a dealer ace. And then people were just not doubling on 11. They weren't splitting when they should be splitting. I mean, then I'm not saying borderline things that, okay, well, maybe some people don't know that ace 7 versus dealer deuce is a double. Or maybe they don't know to split 9 in certain situations. Oh, I already have an 18. But they were just really playing horribly.
The one that was the worst was the player had an ace and a 4. And the dealer, I think, had like a 9 or a 10 showing. And he didn't pull a card. And I looked at him and I said, Justin is the one that usually is the truth teller. I try to keep my opinions to myself. But I looked at him and I said, your hand can't get any worse than it already is. Like, you can't really screw that up. You should really hit. And he said, no, I'm going to stay. And he stayed on ace 4.
Yeah, some players might not want to hit on 15 if the dealer has a high card, thinking that, oh, I don't want to bust, even though the play is to hit. But you didn't want to take it with ace 4.
Yeah.
Which is really strange, because even if he gets a 10, then he's just at 15, we get lower cards and improve. But they didn't really know what was going on. There were even times where the dealer said, are you sure?
Absolutely. And that's your key to do opposite of what you're doing.
Yeah, so we got some money down. We ended up on the sessions and we got the points. So I've been backed off on other cruises. Oh, well, you already have money, so play the money that you have. And this pit boss didn't want to negotiate. There wasn't, oh, well, we'd like you to play $25 at the end, or we'd like you to play a longer session before leaving. And maybe that would be doable. But with some of the rules of the game and the continuous shuffle machine, probably not worth it. Definitely not worth playing straight up. Some people have said, oh, well, don't you play longer in the casino to get more offers? But we have 8 cruises this year, and we didn't need to gamble on cruise ships to get any of these comp offers.
Correct. So we took the 4,000 and our 12,000 Chase UR points, then we're good.
Yeah, and the video poker was really horrible. I looked at the Jacks Are Better pay table, and they had this silly thing where Jacks Are Better pays the same as 2 pair. So generally 2 pair will pay 2 for 1, but it was only paying 1 for 1. Jacks Are Better and 2 pair were paying the same. When I plugged their game into the Wizard of Odds pay table calculator, it was a 91% return to player, which is horrendous.
That's terrible.
As the full pay would be around 99.54, or maybe you get a game for 97% return to players. We've talked about in previous episodes, but a 91% return to player is horrible. It's almost like if you have a 2 pair, you even hold the 2 pair, you might just want to discard one of the pairs and go for 3 of a kind or better. That's how silly it is. So we didn't touch that. So I don't know how the process is if you were to charge to room and get slot credit that you play video poker with, or play the slots, which were probably worse or pretty close to that 91% return to play.
Yeah, it just wasn't worth it.
So blackjack at the tables was okay. We saw roulette, we saw craps. I didn't see any baccarat. And there were also some carnival games like 3-card poker, I believe, was there too.
Well, I know I played in August, and I think I took 3,000 out. It was a very short cruise, and I had no problem with any of the limits at that point. Virgin let me take the 3,000 out without any problem.